Lately, Earl hadn't been himself. He'd been quietly seething over the recent theft of his young chickens. What baffled him most was how the coop sat just behind the wall from his bedroom, and the room of his invalid younger brother, Billy. Yet the birds had vanished without a sound. Not a single squawk. Not even a bark from Lucky, the old hound who usually growled at the wind. The more Earl thought about it, the more he burned inside. Maybe his house was built on some cursed land. He hadn't eaten chicken on New Year's in years. Since their parents passed away, leaving behind the half-alive burden that was Billy, Earl hadn't so much as tasted a scrap of meat. If the foxes didn't get the birds, sneaky hands did, always slipping in when Earl was out working the fields. Once, a fox dragged blood-soaked feathers all the way into the house, right up to the leg of the bed shared by the two brothers. Another time, the whole flock disappeared in broad daylight. Billy was no help. The boy was a useless wreck, spent all day wide-eyed, grinning with that crooked mouth, never speaking a word. If he could talk, maybe just maybe the damn foxes would fear a human voice. If he could walk, maybe he'd hear a thief's step. But no, Billy didn't walk. He didn't do anything but stare and smile. What kind of joke had God played, making a person with limbs they couldn't use? Some doctor, friend of the old county magistrate, once said Billy had some kind of brain decay. Degeneration. Paralysis. Words Earl never understood. He was born a farmhand, as were his folks before him. He knew crops and livestock, not the fancy talk of white-coat doctors. After stewing on it long enough, Earl grabbed his machete and went out to split some bamboo. On Mr. Carter's land, bamboo grew in spades. But tenant farmers like Earl were only allowed the soft cores. The outer husks were for the landlord to weave baskets, storage bins, and fish traps. Rich folks used bamboo for everything. Poor folks like Earl just patched up their walls with whatever strips they could get. His home was nothing but woven bamboo panels. The strong spots had one layer, the weak spots got two, maybe three. Earl's hands, though rough, were deft. He sliced long stalks into slim ribbons, split them finer with the tip of his blade, then bent them just so, enough to weave into a screen.